So the competition, the hardest you ever laughed, hardest you ever cried from Aciidental Broadcast. It's tough, you know. The hardest you've ever cried. I'm a man. Men don't cry. I can tell you when the most worried I ever was. The most worried, yeah. It was when I didn't cry or anything, you know. I can't think of a time that I've ever cried. Oh yeah, so the hardest, the most time I was worried, I'll submit this and see if it counts. I don't know, the most I've ever worried. About 4 years ago. A bit over 4 years ago. I was at work. I was dispatch riding, and at that time I didn't have this contract I've got now. This contract I've got now on this bike is alright. It's really nice. The hours are good. But what I was doing before this, you know, as a courier, you'd have to be at the office from 8 AM till 6 PM. You know, on call whether you're working or not. So, you know, and it would take me half an hour to an hour depending on which office I was working at the time, I can't remember. But to get there and to get home. So anyway, it had been a long day at work, riding my motorbike and, you know, stressed out in London and stuff like that, you know. And then I got home. You know, I got home after this really hard day's work, really stressed out and everything, and yeah, so my son, you know, as soon as I got in, the dog started, opened the front door. The dog started jumping up at me before I even took the coat off and everything. And then the kids, I've got 3 kids, and they, you know, bugging me and started tugging at me clothes and everything. All I wanted to do was just relax. And then my dinner was ready as soon as I got in as well. So, you know, so I was getting it in the ear, oh, your dinner's ready, hurry up, because it's getting cold. And the kids wanted to play with me and, you know, get my attention, which, you know, I haven't got a bad, I'm not saying this is bad, but I wasn't angry at them or anything. But I just wasn't paying attention. I just wanted 5 minutes before, you know, I got bombarded, because I've been bombarded all day with, you know, noise, wind noise and traffic noise and people calling me a wanker and arsehole, and, you know, like you do when you're a courier. And I don't know, it just, I sat down and got my dinner. We had this little fold up table, and so it was down at that time. So anyway, I sat down on the chair. I think I still had my coat on and all that still, and the dinner was plugged down in front of me. And then I needed to open, you know, my son, my baby son was on me. It was about, well, he must have been about 2 at the time, I suppose. Maybe a bit older, I can't remember now. But yeah, so yeah, 2 he was. So it was, so he was sat on my lap, and the dinner, and I had my arms around him. So imagine him sat there and the arms around him, and then I just bent down to lift the fold-up table up, and I lifted it up, and I felt a bit of resistance. but you know, being tired, and I didn't bother thinking what it was. I was just trying to force it up because of this resistance, and all of a sudden my son just let out this almighty scream. You know, it was so horrible. It was such a horrible feeling. His little finger, was caught in the in the hinge where the table folds up, and of course I'd been levering it up to close the table. Oh my god, the worst feeling in the fucking world. As soon as I saw it, I said, right, hospital. Got in the car, and you know, oh my god, the heart was going. I thought, I don't know, I was just so scared, so worried. We had an operation, you know, we got sent home, and we got this emergency operation booked on the Saturday morning. This was Friday night, by the way. And we had this operation booked on the Saturday morning. And you know, oh my god, it's so fucking worrying. Things that can go wrong and everything. I can't describe it really. I'm rubbish at describing things with words. I forget the names of things. Forget the name of things. Like a spoon. I remember seeing Homer Simpson do it on the Simpsons once. He couldn't remember the word for spoon. He was going, oh yeah, the diggy thing with the scoop in. I'm rubbish, I'm the same. Right, anyway, back to my son. Yeah, oh my god, how worried was I? I didn't cry, but I think I would have done. I could have done. I don't know. I think people also say in those times, oh, I'm straying now. I better not stray because I won't have enough room on the video. Anyway, that was, I've not cried. I don't think I've ever cried. But that was the time which I was most likely to, you know. That was so fucking scary. I went the wrong way because I was too busy rabbiting. I forgot didn't take a turn off. So I come the long way. Going through Lewis. Look at that 15th century bookstore. He didn't nod because he's a cunt. Fuck you! I need one of those damn Motor 73, fuck you ink thingamajigs.